I love dogs so much because with people, there's sort of like a little bit of a wall that I have to, you have to break down to kind of get to know them. And I just think with dogs, like, there's such an acceptance to who you are to them is perfectly okay and perfectly incredible. They never want you to change. They never ask you to change, but I think at the same time, they always encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Hi, my name's Allie Wilcox. I live in Aspen, Colorado, and I'm a 3rd grade teacher. Robbie was the first dog I ever got myself, and I was a sophomore in college. My roommates and I were sitting around the dining room table one night studying, getting ready for finals, and one of my roommates looked on our sorority Facebook page, and someone posted that they had found this dog wandering around these apartment buildings, but they couldn't keep it, and so they were looking for a home for him. So we just kind of like on a whim, we're like, oh my goodness, let's get this dog and have it just be our sorority house dog. We just drove over and picked him up, and he was ours after that. He just kind of by chance became my dog more than anyone else's. I really fell in love with him. I was going through like a really hard time in my life, and bonding with him and taking care of him really gave me a purpose, and we got really close that way, and I just ended up keeping him, and that was 6.5 years ago now, so I've had him ever since. So right after we graduated and got engaged, we moved back to Aspen, and I had always known that I really wanted a big dog. And at that point, I think I would have taken any dog. I was like, give me any big dog. I was so excited. I wanted one so bad. We had moved up to the wilderness. I was like, this is the perfect time. And we looked at a bunch of different rescues, and finally we found this rescue out of Denver, Colorado. And we actually sent my husband's younger sister to go check it out because she lived in Denver. And I just remember getting a text that afternoon of this adorable puppy, and she said, how cute is this one? And turns out it was a Saint Bernard, they thought Border Collie mix. And I was like, okay, no way. I never ever thought in my life that I would own a Saint Bernard. And so the next morning at around 6 a.m. we just got in the car and started driving to Denver. After about an hour and a half of driving, my husband's sister was able to go over and see that she was still there. And I remember we both just started bawling our eyes out, and that was such a cool moment that we knew she really was there. And so we drove to Denver and picked her up, and after that she was ours. So Rook, the 3rd dog that we just got about a month ago, is a pretty crazy story. I just saw this post of these, they looked like little baby white polar bears. So I clicked on the application, and I ended up filling it out till the end. It took me about an hour long to fill out this application, and I had never ever done that. So about a month later, I got a text message from, the lady who ran the rescue, and she said, we had 800 applications for these puppies. I reviewed them all, and we want you guys to have the first pick of whichever puppy you want. And we got him home, and it just felt like our family was complete. Actually, we'll just stop Alicia. Sit. Good. Yes, good girl. Bang. Hiya. High five. Yes, good girl. You ready? Are you ready? Okay, come. Yes, good. Yes. Ready, Rob? Rob, ready? Guard. Yes. Dog training, I think, has just brought into my life such a huge passion for me. I never have felt like this about anything before, and it's, something I can do when I'm sad or scared or happy or lonely. It's such an outlet for me no matter what I'm feeling, and I just think to have that bond and that relationship with this animal that not that long ago was a wild animal, and that you don't speak the same language, but you can communicate with each other, that, has just brought so much into my life. It really is, down to its core, just investing your time. And most of dog training is very intuitive and very straightforward. It just takes a lot of time, but seeing that and seeing what could come out of that time and that relationship has been really, really powerful for me.